E3 2012. This is mostly for people who have watched all of E3 or most of it, and I will provide my thoughts and reviews for it. Just a warning, most of them are not good. So yeah, I'm not going in depth about a game unless I really had a good opinion on it, but if you heard about a game I was talking about or a conference I was talking about and you want to know more about it, please go and rewatch it yourself instead of, complaining that I didn't go in depth about a certain game or a title that was announced. So with that being said, overall, E3 was, to put it lightly, it was let down. So let's just say I've been watching E3 for 2 years, and this is my 3rd year. And this one I actually was excited about. I'm not sure why, mostly just the fact that it was E3 I was excited about. I wasn't really excited for any games per se, maybe some surprises, but so far there have been no surprises or anything like that. So I was kind of let down a little bit. So I guess the fact that I was really excited about it and I didn't get that satisfaction that I wanted, that I was let down. For other people that weren't as excited for it than I was, chances are you didn't get it let down as that much. So that's probably why I'm making this video explaining my thoughts on it. So for the Microsoft conference, because that's when I actually started watching E3, I think many people will agree with me that it really wasn't anything to talk about, really. It wasn't really memorable. I mean, there was a few games that were like, oh, those could be cool, but we really didn't see any gameplay of it. It was mostly just trailers or cutscenes or stuff we've already seen. So, I really don't have much to say about that. Microsoft kind of let me down a little bit. I was sort of half expecting that a little bit, but I feel like there should have been something that I was like, whoa, like on the edge of my seat, like speechless kind of thing, but no, that didn't really happen. And to top that all off, they were talking about the Microsoft Smart Glass. Now, I am not a fan of those things at all, like stuff where they were describing that you could be watching a movie on it, and then when you get home you can continue watching the movie on your TV. Like, I just think that's another reason, to give Microsoft your money. And it's just being really lazy, and like, do you really need that? Like, I know we really don't need games and all this other stuff, but like, that's something that I just seem as really useless. And I'm not into those things at all. And maybe some people are, that's great, if you're excited for it, that's awesome. But really, like, I just don't ever see myself doing something like that. I'm sure a lot of people agree with me. I know a lot of people weren't thrilled about it either. So, at least I'm not the only one. But honestly, I was not impressed. And I was like, that's great, but, let's see some kick-ass games, That's what I was thinking. So, on to Sony's conference. I did not see it the first time because I had to go to work. So I relied on a lot of people who were posting on Twitter. I know a few friends of mine who I'm following on there posted, every like 10 seconds, which it seems annoying, but it honestly was awesome reading what they had to say. And for people who missed it, it was really good to recap on what they had to say and their opinions on it. I actually, from reading them, I figured, wow, it's pointless to watch Sony's conference, but, I couldn't just let what they had to say impact my opinion. So I had to go see for myself and see, what all the buzz was about. Now, there were a few good games that I saw on PlayStation that looked kind of interesting. I just wish I saw actual gameplay of it, because I have no idea if the gameplay is even good or not. I just saw cool cutscenes of the game. Like Beyond looked pretty cool. Like the fact that that actress was in there was pretty interesting, and her voice and everything. She is a really good voice actress, so I have to give her that. But, I want to know what the gameplay is like, because it does seem like it has a pretty good story into it. I really do wish that they spent more time on the Vita, because I actually am interested in that console, and I wish they would have, announced all the titles that very conference, but, of course they couldn't, because, it makes sense and everything, but I wish they just spent more time on that, and not so much on the Wonder Book. That thing, I just, like, I couldn't watch it. I really couldn't have. Like, when I got home from work yesterday, I was reading tweets about it and how bad it was, and I'm like, oh god, what could this be? And watching it today, I was like, okay, it's like a spell book. You're reading it, casting spells. What the heck? Like, I honestly am not like a wizard fan. Like, Harry Potter, not a fan, like, whatsoever. I'm so sick of hearing about it. I am. This Wonder Book thing, like, really, oh my god. Just, I honestly, it was awful. It really was. And I really hate bashing on stuff. It's really not my thing, but this was really bad. Like, what the heck? No, I don't approve of it. I don't. It was stupid. It was. I'm sure for the younger crowd, it's probably really cool for them, which I could imagine. They liking that, but for me, I'd give it a no. It's a capital N. Another thing that I was like, what? On PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, I technically already have that game. Right here. And trust me, it's better. I can already tell. It's better. You should play that one instead. Now for Nintendo, I was expecting a really great performance. And I didn't get that. I didn't. I was really upset about that. Yeah, Nintendo was really the only thing I was looking forward to yesterday. I think the only good part about it was seeing Miyamoto on stage, because he makes me laugh. He's awesome. He's an awesome guy. But yeah, nothing stood out to me. I'm sure people were excited about Pikmin, because I know a lot of people like that game, but I'm not really into it. I mean, it really was mostly about the Wii Fit U, which I don't like the Wii Fit at all. It's not my thing. So I'm sure people that are into the Wii Fit are excited about it, but it really isn't any different. You know, you have the meter, I think it was, which is on your Wii U, and then you're just doing new exercises like jumping exercise and stuff. And then they introduced Nintendo Land. At first I was like, whoa, Nintendo Land, that sounds pretty cool. So they had a Japanese speaker and a translator on stage. It turned out pretty bad because their mics were like the exact same volume level. So I honestly did not even remember what that guy was talking about because I was too distracted by all this noise. It was Japanese speaker, English translator, and the game playing. It just, I couldn't concentrate. I really couldn't. So I don't remember what the guy said about it, but I'm sure it was just a bunch of stuff that I could have just come up with just by watching the game. What the games were showing did not interest me. Not at all. Luigi's Mansion looked kind of cheesy. Again, something for the younger crowd that would probably like it. Nintendo Land games, they look like they're something I would play once and probably never again. So if that gives you an idea of what that's like. So far, as of right now, I'm not getting a Wii U. Eventually, hopefully, they will be announcing really awesome titles and that'll make me get it. Just like the 3DS with the Ocarina of Time. So as of now, I won't get one because it just doesn't seem like it. The only game that really looks like, okay, this could have potential was, I think it was called the ZombiU. And that was, you know, of course a zombie game. And it looked pretty fun, I guess. I could see myself playing it probably. And I'm not really into zombie games anymore, but that one I could probably play if I ever got a Wii U for whatever reason. So yeah, I think my favorite part of E3 were the live cam broadcasts, when they were working, of course. A lot of the time they were glitching out, lagging, even losing connection for pretty much a long period of time actually, but there were two of them. So if one went down, you know, you would go look at the other one. My brother and I had both of them set up side by side, and when we saw something cool on the screen, we would turn that volume up, and the other one down, you know. But a lot of the time, it was usually one camera wasn't working, the other one was. So we were normally just watching one video camera the whole time. And yes, they were the most entertaining thing of E3, to be honest. Entertaining meaning the actual video camera guy was actually funny. You know, he's cracking jokes, he was talking to the people, interacting with people. And the cool part about them was you actually saw footage of gameplay on those cameras. And you probably should have saw those at the actual conferences, but you didn't. So that's another reason why those are entertaining, because you actually got to see the game and people actually playing them, which was really neat. And tracking and going back to the Zelda game on the Nintendo Land, I got let down again, of course. It looks really cheesy, and I could see, you know, maybe a 7-year-old liking it. But yeah, most of the time as you're walking, your character actually disappears because you get so close to the camera, and you just look like a floating shield and a sword, just walking and fighting things. You're just swinging your sword like this and killing stuff. It would have been better maybe if the camera was a little further back so you can actually see your character walking around, and they were like Wind Waker looking guys, which, you know, I don't even like. But I knew that they would be like that because it's on the Wii, of course, but you know, I don't think I would ever play that game. I really wouldn't. I don't care if it's Zelda, I don't want to play it, honestly. But yeah, on the live cams you saw footage of people playing it, so at least, you know, you get to see some gameplay. So yeah, overall the main conferences, I'd give it about a C minus maybe. And the live cams, A plus for sure. So I'm sure you guys have tons of thoughts and reviews and opinions on E3 this year, and I'd love to hear them in the comments. But that's overall all the topics I wanted to cover, really. There's tons more games that they talked about and tons of stuff that I did not cover. So, but trust me, I saw it all. You know, there's nothing that I didn't miss. So yeah, just let me know what you guys thought, and like this video if you liked it. And yeah, thanks for subscribing to my channel. So I'll catch you in the next video. Alright? Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you later.